Hello, YouTube. Speaking about groups is tricky business. I acknowledge that there may be elements that do not ring true for you. This is not an exercise in how to construct a societal scapegoat. It is regarding societal ills and solutions. Obviously, some, if not all, of what is addressed here can be applied to human nature. I select to be more ethnic specific. It appears that one of the major issues of America is our unwillingness as individuals within the makeup of groups to acknowledge the ideas of external forces. So let's work against the conventional data. Personal observations have shown that election time is a fertile period for fears to yield fruit. Many may not want to admit that there are significant degrees of general well-being, material resources, and cultural influence tied to genetic stock. Many want to water down the outcome of success to individual efforts. This is sleight of hand, using magnification to ignore the outer boundaries of involuntary membership. Membership that person has to a particular racial group, thereby avoiding the realities, historical and present, one faces due to this membership. No matter if you are a white person who functions from a position of reaction, due to your insistence that cultural Marxism is delivering a sure death to your dominance, or if you are a white person that considers themselves to be a refined conservative, one that thinks that they may have to abandon the privilege of Western civilization if your group's population continues to dwindle. Maybe you fit somewhere in between, perhaps. Well, no matter your position, it appears as a group, the existent fear is departing from the present distribution of power, wealth, and white normality. It would also be that a shift in dominance will reduce whites primarily to the function of consumers, yielding power to the primary producers. A world which non-white people may someday gain the kind of power over whites that whites have long monopolized. The fear of the past not being unconnected to the present, which contributes to the construction of a new system where white people become the minority and could be processed, subjected, and treated as whites have long treated non-whites. Or something even deeper, like the irrational thought of having to select between genetic and cultural identity versus participation in the larger group of humanity. Differently stated, the need to abandon your partial framework of culture for the sake of embracing the larger framework of the human condition. Likewise, the terror could be finding a balance of not denouncing your heritage while not solely being defined by it. Do you think any or all of these fears exist for white people? Individual values aside, why does it appear that America's majority group is infatuated with racial hierarchies? What would happen if the fears of white people were not maintained via legalism? And I'm not stating that an individual is incapable of governing their actions without an external source. How do we become successful in taking the dual challenge of understanding fear and functioning maturely in spite of it? Thank you for your time.